This is our single gilt entry here, lot 11. Lot 11, the 229 liter gilt, and we don't have her as sale ready. Pulled her out kind of last minute to bring a gilt we thought would feed dual purpose, either as a commercial gilt or as a market hog, which is what we need here in our state, because we kind of have to go that direction with them. She should stay the right weight to be able to do that, and I think one that really has the right kind of feeding look to her, that to just put her on feed and watch her get better. Thanks again to the Mabry crew. Think this is going to turn out real well for the set of pigs we're offering today.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Up next is going to be Fortner Show Pigs. Here is JR. Fortner is in.
Well, we want to thank the Mabry crew for having us out here. Back tag 6 would be special effect on a sow that we got from Nick and Neil Mock. She raised the champion Berkshire Bear at Houston in 21. Big, stout skulled, big arm, dense, round bodied, neat pig. Back tag 25 would be a double bred Waterberg. Littermate brother to that one's mother would have been a very successful bear that showed at San Antonio last season. Let's see, it originates back to a sow that we got from Adam Beck. This is a pair of Duroc Bears, back tag 24, I believe, is the one that JR's on right now. That's a 1 liter pig. He's a bury my bones, deal with it. She's probably, the sow on that one is probably the fastest upcoming Duroc Foundation sow for us. Mabry had a gilt that was campaigned very successfully last year out of that sow, and then the Pullen family in Oklahoma had one this spring that was very successful. I think he was champion at Garvin. And reserve at the Central District. And then the 2 liter barrow, which I don't know his back tag number, 43, would be a step aside back on a sow that actually originated from Dustin Ham. She was 4th overall at OYE in 2019. She's slapped a slew of barrows for us in the sale at Texas Majors.
Okay, thank you to the Fortner consignment. Here, next is going to be Hoff Schulte. Here's Chris. Come on up.
Thank you to the Mabry crew for asking us out. We looked through all of them last night. I think it's a really deep set. You definitely got to study into all the way to the end here, especially through our set. I think we brought you a really nice set all the way through. And this bear here would be a 39. He'd be a say it never before. No regret. The no regret sow would be the mother of the Ascension boar that we have there at the farm. Say it's one that's just done an awesome job for us, just adding that extra clubby look, extension ahead of their blade, and keeping their skeleton in check. Really excited about this pair of litter mates here. that Rockstar Man of Honor Bone Thug sow came from Morgan Genetics. I really like this pair, and we actually held this pair back just for this particular sale. The Icon Boar has been on an absolute tear here this season, having the champion Yorkshire there at Coba and fourth overall. He ended up, after OIE, he's went on and he's won shows in California, Oregon, and Washington. This is what you get with Icon. Just that elite look, a really stout skull, and still have a neat neck. At the top of their neck shape's really good. Feet and legs be on point, and you can tell the shape's always going to be there. The way their foreloins come out of the back side of their blade's really good, and also that comes from the sow. That sow's awfully neat. Very good on her feet and legs, just probably needed more, and you can definitely tell Icon did that. Really excited about this pair. This would have been our last litter this season. Bought this sow from Chuck and Ben Olson. The sow would be a TikTok dominator, and the reason I bought that sow is because she had the dominator on the bottom side. We don't have anything that goes back to dominator. Thought we'd kind of widen our gene pool there. And they're out of Awestruck. We had that champion Yorkshire Gilt and third overall at AYE last year, and Awestruck was on the bottom side. Most of our sows will either have two shots of the Awestruck's mom or Uproar's mom, or maybe even more. But there is not a sow on the place that doesn't have 14.5 on the bottom side of their pedigree. I think both these gilts, wherever you want to take them, either be AYE or go on to Royal or Louisville, whatever you want to do. They're February 16th. I think they got a bright future. Feet and legs are right. I think they got definitely the pieces to be big ring show gilts. This pair would be February 5th. Let's see, they'd be out of Hit Stick. We had a lot of Hit Stick litters this time and really liked him. He's adding that exotic look on the Yorkshire side. On the bottom side here would be the Next Level sow. The Next Level sow would be a litter mate to Kinsey Todd's gilt that wins Woodward and was reserve grand overall purebred at Tulsa a couple years back. Both these sows have done an awesome job for us. We actually kept a boar back out of this litter. And we have actually a boar that's out of the littermate sow to this one too. The boar there is one, just perfect built, really neat looking pig. Whatever you want to do there, take him to Royal or AYE there. The gilt, feet and legs are perfect. All you want to do to that one, if you want to push her, whatever you want to do, she's got the pieces to set on or push. I'm really excited about that pair as well. This would be our leadoff. This would be Say It out of Ascension's Mother. Ascension's Mother is the old No Regret sow. Behind that is basically all of our old stuff. Big League, Solid Monster, Overdose, Tsunami. There's a lot of good sows back there that we've been building on for a long, long time. You can just tell that thing's look is what Say It's going to do. The way his neck rises out of his blade and still having the right front end assembly. Feet and legs, I think, are awfully, awfully good. I think that one steps in the ring. He's definitely going to get a second look. That's an awfully neat pig that we saved back for this particular sale. Once again, thanks to the Mabry crew for having us. Look forward to a good sale.
Thank you to the Hoff Schulte consignment. Up next will be Ham Livestock. Here will be Dustin.
Well, first off, I guess everybody's thanking Mabry and crew. I'm going to thank Don and Chloe because they definitely take care of us. Every time we've ever came up here, it's always been a joy to chill and hang out with the girls. I guess Jeremy comes at an expense of them, but that'll be fine. I love him like he's my own. But, man, I'll be honest with you. Our lead off is Lot 2. He'd be a Judgment Day rock star. On the bottom side of the Rockstar Sal would be the Visionary Sal. She originated from Winmore a few years ago. She's already raised one boar that's down there at Durham. Rory and Zach Blunt's got that's a tricked out son. We're trying to build around this guy, and actually his mother would be the grandmother to the black one that Lizzie's on. That's the kind that we just like to build. He's yank necked, he's good skulled, he's got a great big hind leg. In my opinion, he utilizes it very, very, very good. He's got a rolled up back, but yet he's so soft about the center portion of his body. And then you get him in motion, studying from the side. He is truly taller at the point of his shoulder than he is at his hip, but yet his blade angle don't come at any resistance there. He can flat out just push and drive off of both ends of his skeleton. I love that pig. Bear, boar, whatever you want to do with him, I think he's got a exceptional future. The Lot 35 is the predominantly black one. It's got a little splashed up belly there. I love his hind leg. I love his mother. His mother would be a litter mate to our $25,000 intentional pig that was at King of the Hill a few years ago. His pedigree would breed Believe in Me, Intentional, Rockstar. So it'd be very line-bred Brockman, if you will. He's got a couple shots of Cruel with a very, very unique mama behind him. Like I said, I like this pair bunch. I love the Lot 2. I think Lot 35 has a huge upside. Harley's on Lot 43, maybe. I'm not sure what. 13, maybe? 13, sorry. Mabry's paint brand's about like him reading pedigrees last night. He is a static on Wham's mother. Guys, I'll just be real frank. He's castrated because we wanted to win a bear show. I castrated him on the sow. I absolutely love his arm, his head, his skull. That's what her bears look like at this stage. That's gone and won for us. I know he's probably a little skinny and green for some, but that's fine. If you ever see his mother, you would know exactly why you want him to look the way he looks. I think that one's got a huge future. And to be quite frank, I wouldn't burn him off because I think he's a flat hammer in the light crosses here in this state or even in Oklahoma. And the guy judging the roll, I don't think he gives two craps about what color they are. If they're purple and they're the best one, he's probably going to use them because he likes good stock. The other one on the far side that Lizzie has is a unique guild, in my opinion. Her litter mates were very well received online. We sold a couple at both spots. She is a static banner on Wham's mother. So her grandmother would be the little blue-eyed pig's mom. So we're trying to build around that solo sow. To be honest, I love this guild just in terms of dual purpose. I think you can go show her and have a bright window, but yet the foundation sow behind them is very, very bright. For y'all that don't know, I know Banner had a short kind of curved window. He would be a litter mate to Backdrop that Austin really, really liked. He twisted my arm to breed that sow to her the first time, and very well received. So that's them two, 13 and 15. Hadley, what number is that? So we got 16 and 37. They're all litter mates. So this pair and the next pair will be mates. They're to the extreme, never before. To the extremes, a tricked out. I guess you'd be a cruel red alert. That'd be the mother to, quite frankly, and no stranger. That was very well received this past fall. Had a slew of winners. I know it's tough to bring a set of litter or a group of out of one litter, because I guess the crowd just kind of sits there and says, well, that's the best one in the litter. I'm not going to buy the other ones. But, guys, this litter's deep. There was actually a litter of 12. I like this pair. The stout-headed, real dense, big-armed one that Lizzie has directly in front of us, I think has a huge, bright future. I love his angle to his shoulder, yet he's got a bendy rear and square rear leg. The little guy, he just needs time, in my opinion. He's so good built from the side. He actually reminds me of Lizzie's 4th overall that she fed from us a few years ago that they called White Claw, not only in color pattern but also in build and form and function. Next is lot 14, and the male pig will be 14. It has a white tail. I thought that's probably my favorite one in this particular group. Man, you talk about him being tall-shouldered, neat neck, but yet still has a stout mug ahead of his blade, and then he just puts all the balance in the world on top of that. And then the gilt that Lizzie has here is just ultra attractive from the side, tall-shouldered, good-looking. Very well balanced. I think she can be an awesome AYE guild as a big one, and then go on and be a commercial guild, or maybe if she does the quite frankly deal, and no stranger, when they get to 200, most of them do kind of chill. So I think she's a dual purpose, in my opinion. If you want to hammer her for AYE, then my hat's off to you. This is our consignment. Mabry and the girls, thanks.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Up next is going to be who's coming up next? Lester? All right, come on up here, Mr. Lester.
We just want to echo what everyone else has said in terms of thanking the Mabry family for having us out and lifelong family friends. We got a pin of 4 here, pair of barras, pair of gilts. I believe that is lot 7 there is 18-2. That is a kind of a dark cross barra there that we're really proud of. Hog's not the most ready there today. It'd be a barra right here underneath us. Barra's not the most ready today, but in terms of feet and legs, that hog's really heavy structured, really unique in his jawline. Really like that hog's build. His mother was he is a body slam, which is a mortgage sired hog there at Laird's. His mother is a tricked out, and she would have won the North Central District Fair last year under Nick. And really proud of what that barra does. His litter mate is right here beside him, another dark cross barra. I think that barra offers a little more shape and spread up high. Right here we have this gilt is lot 29 that the girl in the red is on. That is another body slam there. Really sharp, shapely gilt that we really like the look and design of. And then the one that Harley's already got whip broke in the ring there is 16-8. She's a Hampshire appearing gilt. She is a Hear Me Now, Stay Classy. That sow would have raised our lead off last year. That would have went on to win the Lights at Georgia. Won a couple big jackpots down there as well. Really like that gilt's bone and hair and extra ruggedness and really kind of a unique combination hog as a market hog or a commercial gilt. Could see that hog showing really well in the jackpot season all the way through the Arkansas season and even on into the Arizona National as a long-term option there. We'll just keep rolling through these. These are our bigger dark crosses, and we're rolling to some of these littler ones we got. got another trio in here, and the dark cross belted Hampshire Bear is lot 30. That is 24-2. He is mic drop, tricked out. His mother was third overall Hampshire at the State Fair last year, and bred her to mic drop, which is a backdrop son there at Cobb's. His mother was a slug. Riley would have showed a litter mate to that sow back in 13, so she kind of ties back into some of the older genetics there, kind of reaching back into the well. And really like that hog's production and rib cage and just overall quality. I think that hog has some growth for a late March hog. That hog still has the ability to go on and get really big before show. I think that hog's going to put on product and volume with time. Then we got a pair of spots here, these 19 litters. Lot 44 is the Barra, which would be 19-2. I think that hog is dual purpose. I could see that hog possibly classing Poland or spot, depending on what you wanted to do with him. Really like that hog's boxy design. He's got a very square hip for a spot, very bold in his rib cage. Bought his mother there at the State Fair last year. She was second in Class 1, and she was green as grass, but, man, she had the right kind of head. She had the right kind of skull. She had the right kind of underlining vulva for a spot female with loose comfort, and she was a very, very intriguing hog. And she's laid down and been a tremendous little sow. Had a litter of 16 unassisted in her first litter and raised them really well. This is 19-1, the kind of wider, prettier gilt that the Harley's on there. And she's the wider spot on the gilt, and I think she has a tremendous design, really good underline for a spot female, really good vulva shape, and I think that's a sound, functional spotted female with a great color pattern to work through those. We'll work through the next set. I'll be the first to admit that these guys aren't the biggest or oldest, the readiest hogs to sell today. And, I mean, I know that you'll be looking at these and possibly thinking, well, North American, MYE, or even Arizona National. Hogs, the mother of these bears last year was born about the same time, kind of there in late March, and she still weighed about 290 at the Arkansas State Fair. So I do think these hogs might grow a little better than we might anticipate today. I would say absolutely target the lightweights, but you never know if you get more, or maybe you go on to San Antonio. I don't know anymore on size, so they're here for sale, and you can determine that. Love the extra shape of the Dash 2, the streak face bear there, which is lot 35, I believe, 25. So 26. Sorry, lot 26 there, the streak face bear. I love that hog shape and extra boldness of width. Then on the lot 44, I believe, is be the last lot in the sale. 47. So lot 47 be the last lot in the sale. Love that hog's hind leg. Love the extra bone and structure that hog brings to the table. Extra soft in his rib cage. Love that hog's head. I mean, that thing's really trendy in terms of skull shape and bone work and rib cage. Is that one the most rolled up in terms of muscle today? No, but I mean, I don't know that they have to be whenever they weigh 25, 35 pounds. Love that hog's immaturity. Really proud of this pair of Judgment Day bears. That's a Judgment Day tricked out. Their mother was the Osmond Calico gilt that was second in class to the Mabry's champion last year. And really like what those hogs can bring to the table on down the road. Then we'll roll into our last lot. Get in here to the last lot we're going to run in, and this is our Lanchester. This is we took track record and put a few doses of crossbred in the sow and put a dose of Landrace in there, and I'll be danged if we didn't get a litter of Lanchesters. Love this hog's shape and really think this hog has immense bone and reach for a white down-eared hog. Think he's really good on his front pasturings with great shape and look. kind of a unique white down-eared crossbred here to kind of be unique and be different. And I think this hog does some unique things in terms of strength of foot and athleticism and overall look. You know, I don't know if that hog classes Chester or Landrace or anything else, but y'all can be your own judge of that. I think that hog's just a good hog regardless of what color or ear set he has. And once again, I want to thank the Mabry family for having us here today.
Well, Austin, thank you very much. Up next is going to be K-Lift Show Pigs. Lyndon's going to be making his way up here. Lyndon with K-Lift Show Pigs.
Well, I guess I just want to start by saying, like everybody has, big thanks to Jeremy and the entire Mabry family for asking me to come down. I was very excited and wanted to make sure we brought something we were proud of. A little bit closer, okay. I know the three we got are a little bit older. This was the smallest stuff we had, and still some that we were excited about, and so we wanted to bring him. This will be he's a next to nothing visionary. This is back tag 5. He was one of the smaller pigs in the litter. He actually, his half sibs, we would have showed them last summer. They would have got along real well. We would have showed a gilt last summer that would have been gilts of the year on our jackpot circuit. And then another one would have been 4th overall at our state fair. Just a good sow that the grandma would have came from Brenning, would have bred her to visionary, and so she's getting some age on her. But I think this is a stout barrow that's about as easy feeding and just hard to mess up, I guess, from the feed bucket standpoint. His back shape, rib shape's all there. About as stout featured as you want him at this stage of the game. I think just a easy feeding, good built barrow that he's a Hampshire classifier. I think has a bright future. Just love his build and where he's at. I think he's a stout rascal, and I think he's one that I know he's a little bit bigger, but I think his shelf life is. I think he can last quite a bit longer, just with that much power and rib and chest in him. I think he's one that can be held on and managed, I believe, through the month of October for sure. So that'd be lot 5, next to nothing visionary. He's behaving better than last night. He was a third last night. Next one in, I believe, is 23. If I'm right, let me double check that. 32. Is that right? Yeah, 32. Okay. 23. This would be he's a Believe in Me, Breaking Rules visionary. So his mom, we would have showed State Fair last September. She would have been 4th overall. His aunt would have been Gilts of the Year on our jackpot circuit up there in Nebraska. She got sick on us before State Fair. That's why we ended up showing his mom. This one's obviously, he's a shot greener today, but I just love the way this one's built. I love the way his head comes, neckties out of his blade. He's just so comfortable, and I love his immaturity and just the way he floats around the ring. I think he's one that can, a guy can take home and feed on and push pretty hard and just kind of paling as much as he wants to and get however much you want in him, because I think his build and his feet and legs can handle it. Neat built barrow that this is the kind that we like to feed. I think the kind that go home and just kind of get better every day. Nice feeding barrow. I think he has a bright future that can, once again, I think last through the month of October. Our lone gilt entry would be, I believe she's 33. She's a next intention, Breaking Rules, Emotion, Dirty Secrets. This grandma we actually would have bought. She's a purebred influenced gilt we would have bought from Cobb's a few years back, and she was one that just was an awesome sow for us and was mega stout and hairy like a lot of them Emotions were, especially for a Yorkshire boar. He threw a lot of bone and hair and substance and rib and just feedability and grow. I think in this line should be very good. obviously next intention and breaking rules need no introduction. I think this is just an easy feeding gilt that's I think dual purpose in terms of how you can show her. I think she can show breeding, show market even if you want to at the state fair here. I think one that's just another easy feeding one that's got a good amount of back shape, and I think the bigger she gets, the more she levels out. I really like her hip and rear leg and rib cage and rib texture reads right. Just one that I think is a very easy feeding kind of a pig that can go home and just get better every day. So those are our three. Once again, big thanks to the entire Mabry family. One of the best families I know. Very thankful to be here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Lyndon. Okay, that's going to be it for the preview. Mabry's going to be up here. He's got a few announcements before we get started here at 12 o'clock. We're going to start the sale at 12 o'clock.
Hey, just real quick, a couple housekeeping things here. We got one scratch coming in. That's going to be the Todd entry in round 3. Little crossbred gilt Gary had. We got to scratch her. She came up and was limping a little bit this morning, so we're going to go ahead and pull her out. And just real quick, I want to thank all the breeders for coming out. I mean, these guys brought a great setup here to Fayetteville, and we're super excited to have them. I feel it's one of the deeper sets that I've seen. Just really good, and thanks to all those breeders for coming, and appreciate all those guys coming out. Like Jonathan said, we're going to start at noon. Be here in the seats. We'll get your live bids here, and then we'll be online also. So either way, we'll take your bid, but glad everybody's here, and hope we have a good sale tonight.